Number 14, Ron Williams, relentless road warrior, a cycling speed freak who refused to let the loss of a leg slow him down. Ron was a teenage soccer phenom, his future all mapped out.
I played soccer, played select, and eventually got on the junior national team. My path was chosen. I was going to play soccer in college and then hopefully get picked up playing the Olympics.
At 15, Ron's life took a devastating turn. Bone cancer ravaged his body and shattered his spirit. His cruel choice, lose a leg or lose his life.
I had my leg amputated. I couldn't do soccer anymore.
To be a young boy, 15 years old, to lose a leg, that's something that will throw you into a tailspin.
Not for Ron.
His dream changed, but the concept stayed the same, to be a professional athlete.
He didn't just choose another sport. He chose a punishing sport, mountain biking.
I'm not having fun until I scare myself, so I started racing mountain bikes, and it was easy on my leg.
Ron makes me go, wow. As he made his transition from soccer to cancer patient to cancer survivor to cyclist, he was a teenager.
Ron hit the trails like a pro, but he had a need for speed that mountain biking couldn't satisfy.
A guy in a race, he passed me and he said, "You ever ridden a road bike?" And that's all he said, and he kept going. And I got done with that race and I was like, I've never ridden a road bike.
1999, the unstoppable 25-year-old took his passion to another level.
Quickly found out that there was disabled cycling and there were events available for guys like me.
Second place wasn't good enough for Ron, so he hired the best trainer in the business, Lance Armstrong's mentor, Chris Carmichael.
In 99, we started off and our goal was just to make the 2000 Paralympic team.
Paralympics are essentially just like the Olympic Games, but they give people with different disabilities an opportunity to compete with people in their similar disability class.
Ron pushed his body to the limit. He began to win, then dominate. His times only seconds behind pros with 2 legs.
He's a man who just doesn't know the word no. And from everything that you know about Ron Williams, the first thing that people will say is his positive attitude. Positive attitude, positive attitude. I mean, you don't just fake that stuff.
The hard work paid off. Ron qualified for the 2000 Paralympic Games. He was ready to take on the best in the world.
It's a huge endeavor because these guys are competing at an international level. And a lot of times if you compare the times to the times in the actual Olympic Games, they're not that far off.
Competition was fierce, and Ron learned a hard lesson.
All elite athletes, and Ron's definitely an elite athlete, they all have a very similar characteristic. They don't like finishing second.
He came home without a medal, but he'd faced worse setbacks.
I learned at the 2000 Paralympic Games that, hey, I wasn't the best. I had a long way to go.
Ron set his sights on 2004.
That's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. It's training from the lesson I learned in 2000.
I don't have to push Ron very much because of that internal drive. If anything, I'm trying to slow him down, but that's what makes him a great athlete.
If I'm not riding my bike, I'm sleeping. If I'm not sleeping, I'm riding my bike.
An intense training regimen has given Ron a leg up on his competition. This time, he's determined not to come home empty-handed.
2004 Paralympics, I'm bringing home at least 1 medal.
Olympic gold medal is definitely within his grasp. That's what he's capable of. That's what he's trained for. That's what he's going to be ready to be able to do.
He's not the next Lance Armstrong. He's the first Ron Williams.
Number 14 on the Courage Countdown, Ron Williams. No disability will get in the way of his race for the gold.